today. My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for taking a couple minutes to check out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make slow cooker barbecue beer pork ribs. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, most of my videos revolve around smoking or barbecuing, and then also sometimes with the sous vide, and a lot of times combining those two methods to try to go for the ultimate product. But today I decided to kind of simplify things. This is a very simple recipe. You don't need a barbecue, you don't need a sous vide, all you need is a slow cooker and 5 ingredients. So if you're living in a small apartment where you can't have a barbecue, this is a great way to make some delicious barbecue pork ribs without having a lot of expensive equipment. Of course, you're going to need some ribs. I got some pork baby back ribs here. You're going to need some kind of barbecue sauce, salt and pepper, and then a couple beers. And that's all you're going to need. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to make this step by step. Let's get cooking. So the first thing you want to do, take the ribs out of the package, and we're going to remove this thin membrane on the back side of the rib. This is kind of tough, and it's hard to get the salt and pepper to penetrate the meat when you got this membrane, but it's really easy. Take like a regular old butter knife, and you kind of start on one end and kind of stick your knife underneath this membrane, like so. There we go. And this, of course, is very slippery, so you need to use a paper towel to kind of hold on to this membrane, and then it should pull right off. Sometimes you're lucky and you get it all in one pull, and other times you're not so lucky. So hold down to one side of the ribs, and you can see like this. Boom. There we go. This icky membrane. So I'm going to go ahead, there's a little bit here in the top part I didn't get that time. Sometimes it splits in the center. So just do it until you get all that membrane off. Now, since I'm cooking this in the slow cooker, obviously these full racks aren't going to fit in my slow cooker. So I'm going to cut them in probably 3 or 4 bone sections, just so I can squeeze them all into my slow cooker. So I'm going to go ahead, I got a couple racks, and I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces, and we'll be back in a second. I'll show you the next step. Alright, so I removed that back membrane. Now we're just going to lightly salt and pepper both sides of the ribs. This is about as easy as a recipe as you can imagine, okay? So just regular old salt and black pepper. We're going to let this sit on the counter here with the salt and pepper for around 15-20 minutes to give the salt an opportunity to kind of tenderize these a little bit. And you know, if you have your favorite kind of rub, you know, rib rub or barbecue rub, yeah, feel free to use that. I'm keeping it simple again today, you know, so you don't need any fancy rubs or equipment. Everyone usually has salt and pepper in their kitchen at all times. It's kind of the two most common spices that people use. And you usually have a bottle of barbecue sauce in the fridge. And most of us have a slow cooker or crock pot, although we probably don't use it that often. But you know what? This is how I used to make ribs back before I had a barbecue smoker. I would just do it this way. And you know what? You know, obviously they're not going to have that smoky taste, which I've grown to love when you do cook them on a barbecue grill, but you know what? They're certainly not bad. They're actually, you know, what they lack in flavor, they make up for in simplicity, and they actually are very good when you do them for, you know, 5-6 hours inside the crock pot on low all day. Not only does it fill your house with a delicious smell, but it also makes these ribs very tender and very delicious. Now, some people, if you really like that smoke flavor, you can attempt to put a little bit of liquid smoke in the slow cooker. I would just advise caution if you do that, because liquid smoke is pretty powerful. A little goes a long way, and you could really end up having a disaster if you misjudge how much you use and you put too much in it. You don't want to ruin your ribs. So that's it. I'm going to let these sit here. I'm going to go get the slow cooker. We'll bring it out here, and then I'll show you what's next. Real simple. See you in a minute. Alright, so I just plugged in my crock pot / slow cooker. I have a very large one here. It is 7 quart, so obviously if you don't have one that's that big, adjust the recipe accordingly. I have a total of 3 racks of ribs. I'm hoping they're all going to fit in here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to freeze some for a later date. Now, we got to put some kind of liquid in here, okay? Now, you don't have to use beer. I'm using beer because I think it adds a good flavor. I wouldn't go with something too heavy. I have this Firestone Lager. It's 4.5% alcohol. In fact, I'll do a review a little bit later when my son gets home from school. And yeah, so this is what I'm using. Now you can use like a root beer. You can use a Coca-Cola. I've heard people use Dr. Pepper. Or you can use beef stock, chicken stock, or, you know, worst case scenario, you can just use regular water. You know, this first part is just to make sure there's liquid in here so we get a little bit of kind of steam action going on to cook these ribs. So I'm going to put one 12-ounce can in, and now I'm going to slowly start arranging these racks here, okay? And there's no right or wrong way here. We're just going to try to squeeze them in as best we can. Obviously, some are going to be in the liquid itself, but when I go to turn these in a few hours, I'll try to turn them over, you know, so like so. I think I might get lucky and be able to get all these ribs in here. Yeah, I think I will. 3 racks of ribs. Alright, I just want to make sure the lid's got enough space to go down. And now I'm going to take another 12-ounce can of beer and I'm going to pour it on top here. Kind of get all these ribs wet. So we got 2 12-ounce beers, 24 ounces of liquid. Like I said, it doesn't have to be beer. I like the beer. And that is it. We're going to put the lid on it. Perfect. And we're going to let this cook now. Now, depending, you know, I like to put it on low. I think you get better results if it can slowly cook all day. So we're going to keep it on low for around 5, maybe 6 hours. We'll just have to check. If you're in a hurry, you're pushed for time, you got a late start, stick it on high, and then you're probably 3-4 hours. We just want to get these just about done. All right, it's going to be 3 hours and around 20 minutes. So let's take a look. I'm gonna rotate them now. Now you can see they totally turned a different color. So these on the top, I'm going to put on the bottom. So just get some kind of tray, try to keep track. Putting the ones on the top over here. It smells good. Alright, so these are the ones I'm going to put on the bottom. And then these will go on the top. Yeah, they're definitely cooking. You can see the bones pull away a little bit, but they're not quite tender enough for sure. You can tell they've shrunk a little bit in size too. Alright, yeah, the ones in the bottom definitely have cooked more. So that's why you want to kind of flip them around halfway through. So I'm going to stir this liquid. There's a lot of little pieces of rib. Alright, so let's put those other ones now on the bottom. There we go. Alright. So we got a couple more hours. I'm just going to let these go. They're progressing nicely, but they still need a few more hours. And then we'll the last part we'll finish up with the barbecue sauce. So yeah, we'll be back shortly. All right, beer review time. Firestone Lager from Firestone Walker Brewing Company. And let's see, got a little bear on there. Where are they from? Paso Robles, California.
Oh, that was Firestone Walker.
All right, so that's me, and this is my son Kyle. Say hi.
Hi.
And he's going to be trying something. This is a monster. I don't know if we want him to have so much.
Yes,
this is from the Arizona company, all natural Mucho Mango fruit juice cocktail. Look at the size of this thing. This is like this 23 ounces. I think there's too much sugar in there for you. All right, anyway. I don't know, maybe we should save half of this till tomorrow.
No.
Let's see, I have no idea what this is. I don't even know. What color is it, you think?
Probably like a yellowish orangish.
Yellowish orange, okay.
And it comes out like black. What? I was right.
It kind of looks like pineapple juice, huh?
Pineapple juice.
Okay, don't taste it yet. Give me a second.
I'm too tasty. They really
all right. And this is mine here. Ooh. Don't keep. You've got plenty, so don't start playing around with that now. All right.
Here we go.
So, as always, guys, I appreciate you watching my video. Cheers. Okay. First, the smell test. What's it smell like?
Pineapple.
Pineapple?
Yes. It literally smells like a pineapple.
Yeah, it says mango. Mine doesn't smell like anything. You can see it's very light, a very small head. It's definitely carbonated. You see the bubbles coming up like crazy. All right, cheers. Come here, Kyle, cheers. Don't drop it. Be careful. There's a lot of liquid there. This is good. It's, you know... Oh, Dixie. It's good. It's, you know, it's not real impressive, or it's kind of definitely a lager. I don't taste any hops. If you don't like IPAs, then this would probably be a good beer. It tastes like it'd be great in the summertime. How's yours? Man, you drank half of it. It must be good, pretty good.
It literally tastes just like pineapple juice. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't taste anything like mango.
Have you had mango? Let's see.
Yeah, it tastes a tiny bit like mango. Well, it says
it's got mango puree.
But it tastes literally...
pear juice.
All I taste...
natural flavors. Huh.
It literally only tastes like pineapple.
Vitamin C, fortified.
And it doesn't taste like soda. It just tastes like I'm drinking pineapple juice.
Okay, well... no
carbonation either, so...
Oh, it's not carbonated? Okay. Would you drink it again?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But it's not my favorite soda because it's not really...
because it's not carbonated. Soda. Okay, well, I didn't know. I never seen it. They got these big cans, this company. I've had their iced tea before, and they're pretty good. And they're pretty inexpensive because this whole can costs just 99 cents. Well, as always, guys, appreciate you watching. We'll be back in a little bit, probably in around a couple hours when I'll take these out, drain the liquid. We'll apply some barbecue sauce and give them another hour. Till then, Kyle and I are going to enjoy our drinks. See you in a little bit. Okay, we're at the 5-hour mark, and this is pretty much it as far as cooking them in this liquid. So I'm just going to take them out, and be careful because they're going to be very tender right now. Take them out, put them on the tray, and then remove all the liquid from the slow cooker. We're going to baste these with some barbecue sauce. Use the sauce of your choice. And then we're going to turn this up on high, and we're going to put them in there for around another hour. Ooh, yeah, I can tell they're getting tender. They're almost there. All right, so here they are. And now I'm going to go drain this liquid, and we'll baste them with some of this barbecue sauce and get them back in the slow cooker on high for 1 more hour. Be back in a second. Okay, so as you can see, I put some barbecue sauce on these on both sides, and just gently put them back in the slow cooker. And be careful because the smaller pieces are going to be really tender. Oops. So just be careful. We're just going to put them in here for like another 45 minutes to an hour, you know, depending on how cooked they look. Alright. So I put them all in there, and then I take my barbecue sauce and I'm just going to pour a little bit more on top. There we go. Just like so. Alright. I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to turn this on high. Whoops, right there. I'll come back and check it in around 35-45 minutes and we should be done. See you then. Alright, it's been around 45 minutes and these are pretty much done. Now you can eat these right now the way they are. But you know what I'm going to do? If you got access to a stove, put it on the high setting, you know, the broil. Or I'm just going to put it on a rack like this. That's really going to crisp up and caramelize the sauce much better. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay it out on this rack. And we're just going to put it in the broiler for just a few minutes. Alright, I might have to do a couple batches here. I'm going to fit it all on one. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, it's very soft. Alright. And then just do a little bit of sauce on top so it can caramelize a little bit when we put it on the broil. Just for a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the oven for a few minutes and we'll be back to try them after they're done. Alright, it's been around 6-7 minutes here with these ribs. Here we go. Hey everyone, we're back with my wife Monica, my son Kyle.
Hey.
I cut some ribs up here. I have a little meat there as well as some barbecue sauce. Give it a shot, guys. It's very tender. You gotta be careful. A lot of it's falling right off the bone because when you put it in a slow cooker like that, that's what's gonna happen.
It's good. It's good.
It does lack that smoky flavor.
Yeah,
but
it's good.
If you don't have a smoker, this is a great alternative way to cooking it. And it's very tender and juicy. Mmm. What do you think, Kyle?
It's good, I guess. It just...
I can tell he loves it.
It's good.
I'm not really a big fan of ribs.
But this was delicious, huh? They were good.
I just can't get over the fact there's beer in here.
Well, one day you'll be drinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One
sure.
day. One day very soon. As
Anyways.
always, guys, I appreciate you
Thank
watching
you.
the video. If you like what you see, hit the like button. Please consider subscribing. And I'll leave a link to my website above, ericsmokingbbq.com. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Mmm.